Hey everyone, Carl back with Littleroot Laddering, bringing you some more of this Drift Blim weakness policy in Cineroar team. We did an okay job with it last time, made a couple people rage quit, had a real close first game. So I'm excited to get back into it with this team. Remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. I didn't really mention it before. We are real close to 275 subscribers, which would be a nice little goal for us. So yeah, this team overall is fairly hyper offensive. We're trying to do fast things, trying to just beat up Pokemon. This Incineroar with weakness policies is one of our prime Dynamax targets. We can activate this with our own Earthquake off of Garchomp, but a lot of the times people will activate it for us, just not expecting it. The other common leads here are like Tapu Lele Drift Blim to set up Tailwind and go super duper fast. One of the big things that Drift Blim used to do here is just like Unburden plus Will-O-Wisp, Unburden plus Substitute to eat Dynamax attacks, and plus Unburden plus Tailwind just to help boost the rest of the team to catch up. Outside of that, we have pretty good support in Amoonguss, just redirecting hits. It did a real good job showing off in the last game on the last episode against Colossal. And then we have this Rotom and Garchomp as just like other Dynamax targets just to power through everything. So yeah, let's get right into these games and see how much farther we can climb up the ladder here. Alright, up against Nick with a dual weather team. Looks like we have like Sand Rush, Dracozolt things with T-Tar. We also have a Trick Room mode with like Lurantis and Torkoal. So, things to think about here. We don't have Taunt on anyone, and we don't have a good way to knock out this Porygon 2 immediately. So, we probably don't want to try and play into anything they're doing at the moment. I think Amoonguss Lele is a good idea here, just because it keeps us from protection from priority moves, which is fine. Lele also happens to hit 3 of the 4 Pokemon super of the 6 Pokemon super effectively, and Amoonguss can always sleep the Porygon 2 if we need to. Incineroar is coming in because there's a bunch of physical attackers on that side, and I think I just bring the Rotom if we're looking to play in a slower game. Actually, Garchomp's probably correct, just because they have the Dracozolt, they have Electric type. But with 2 dragons, just... Immunity to Electric is probably really, really good. Being able to switch in on a Bolt Beak is probably really, really good, let's be honest here. Oh, as we get into this first game here, super excited to be playing with this team again. Torkoal, Lurantis. So they didn't even lead the P2, they just led Torkoal, Lurantis. I wonder if I can put this Torkoal to sleep and bop this Lurantis real quick. Unless this is like safety goggles Torkoal or something, that'd be insane. I'm going to Spore the Torkoal. This is a boosted Psychic terrain. Psychic. Into a Lurantis. This is probably fine. Like, they don't want to switch into Hydreigon here, fearing Fairy move. Bop. Blow it up. Cool. Watch this be safety goggles. Okay, it's not. I'm just like, we're low ladder. Anything is possible at this point. Got a good start here. Unfortunately, we're locked into Psychic. Our opponent doesn't know that, but we're locked into Psychic. If we see Hydreigon here, we're going to have to switch. Okay, Tyranitar. Okay. So, this also isn't good. Or isn't as good. I could max Lele. Or I could just Psychic into this Torkoal. I think I'm just going to Psychic into the Torkoal, pick up some damage on it, and let Lele go down. I have Incin in the back, and I have Garchomp in the back, so it's not the end of the world. And they're going to Dynamax T-Tar here. The only thing I can think of that they want to do here is try to pick up Amoonguss, but Amoonguss is going to tank most of these hits that they're going to deal out. Maybe they were expecting a fairy type move into Tyrannitars, and I'm just not going to let that happen. Oh, Torkoal got a turn 1 wake up here. Well, that sucks. Max Quake, getting a special defense boost, this is fine. Into Lele. Lele actually takes that. Wow, I'm surprised. And we're going to put T-Tar to sleep here. Take our Sandstorm chip. I'm just gonna double into Torkoal. T-Tar has to take a turn to sleep here. This is fine. Yep, you're fast asleep. You have to take a turn. They tried to max guard, I think, there. Oh, I'm so glad we doubled into Torkoal. I am so glad we doubled into Torkoal here. This Sludge Bomb should pick it up. Yes, it does! Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, so Lele is officially donezo. I would love to see a Dracozolt here. No, Porygon 2. Okay. So we can easily just... Rage Powder and Psychic into Porygon 2 here. Just in case Tyranitar wakes up, we direct the hit away from Lele, especially if it's another Quake. Psychic into the Porygon. That did a lot. Ice Beam's going to go into Amoonguss here. This is going to hurt. And Tyranitar stays asleep. Okay, so we've officially stalled out their Dynamax. We're still taking Sand Chip. I think I have to Rage Powder again. Actually, I could just Protect and Psychic into Porygon 2. Unless this thing has Ally Switch, which then I'd be sad, but they would have done it last turn. I feel like if that was the case... Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to pick up the Porygon 2 here. Not having a max yet is a good thing for us. Tyranitar is very likely to wake up this turn. Nope, so we're getting the max turns asleep here. And then I'm going to be able to pull Lele out and click Spore into this Tyranitar again. And put Incineroar back in. Or I could be really greedy and max the Lele. But I think I'm just going to Spore and switch into Incineroar. Expecting like a Rock Slide, since they know I have Rage Powder. Having Max Quake tells me that they probably either have Earthquake or Stomping Tantrum. Or Earth Power. They could be Special Tyranitar. Foul Play. Okay. Night-night. Back to sleep. Good night. Sweet dreams. Okay, yep, this game is pretty much locked up here. We're just going to click Close Combat and Sledge Bomb, just in case it's Sash. No, Close Combat. I would Dynamax here, but just don't need to. There's no point. Save the frames, taking out the Tyranitar. Sweet. GG's to my opponent, and they actually let me finish the game. I'm proud of that. I'm very happy. I appreciate it. Real glad we locked into Psychic there. Psychic actually just, like, stabbed Psychic on Psychic terrain with Choice Specs. Just did a ton of damage to everything. Even in the face of just, like, I'm stuck against, like, on Psychic against a Dark type, there was always something to hit. Whereas if I had done clicked Dazzling Gleam, Tyranitar probably would have picked up Lele afterwards with a weakness policy. So yeah, let's get into another game here. Ooh, this is a sweet Trick Room team. I see a Galarian Slowbro, I see a Torkoal, I see a Sylveon. Oranguru is their Trick Room setter, notably here. So what we can do... There's no Fake Out. So I think leading Incineroar Amoonguss is fine. Lele in the back to hit Slowbro super effectively with Stab Psychic. And then I'm bringing Incineroar, so I don't have to worry about a Escavalier or Snorlax. Snorlax is especially bulky, so Rotom might stay at home. Having Garchomp here means I answer Torkoal, I hit Escavalier for neutral, I hit Slowbro super effectively. I just have to be wary of that Sylveon, which I don't have a good way to deal with it anyway. So I think bringing Rotom is actually correct. Yeah. The Sylveon is what scares me, because Sylveon could have Quick Attack and just like two-shot Garchomp. So bringing Rotom means I don't have to fear that. I also have Lele. We'll bring Garchomp. I forgot, I have Lele on here too. So I have Psychic Terrain. They can't Quick Attack me. I should have put a counter in the last episode on how many times my opponent got by Psychic Terrain. And then I would increment it again because I got myself with Psychic Terrain. Just now, thinking I could get hit by Quick Attack. Sylveon Oranguru. So there is a line here where they do Hyper Voice plus Instruct. I think I'm just going to Darkest Lariat into Oranguru and Sludge Bomb into Sylveon. I'm just going to go on the offensive here, because I tank the hits from Hyper Voice here. Yeah, Sylveon's just going to protect. They're going for Trick Room here. Darkest Lariat might not pick up Oranguru. Nope, not quite. I should have doubled into Oranguru. Oh well. If they want to set up Trick Room here, this is fine. Strictly because Sylveon... Room service, yep. Not surprised by that. Honestly? I know my Amoonguss is... Yeah. My Amoonguss is still the slowest thing on the field, so I'm just going to put the Sylveon to sleep. Oranguru used Thunderbolt. Okay. I didn't know it got that. That's a new one for me. I learned something today. Sylveon is slower than Incineroar. Got it. We're going to pick up the Oranguru, and they're likely going to bring out... Oh, that was a crit. I wish you'd gotten that crit last turn. Oh, well. The thing is just like, they let... I'm allowed to just set up here. This is the situation where I Dynamax. And probably just Rage Powder. Or I get a Sludge Bomb into Sylveon. Yeah. I don't think Slowbro hits Incineroar super effectively. And we're just going to Dynamax and blow it up. Like, at this point, their other targets are, like, Snorlax, which we can just Max Knuckle over and over and over, or Escavalier, which we can Flare Blitz. There's also Torkoal, but we have stuff in the back to deal with Torkoal, so it's just, like, not that worried about it. Looking for a Quick Claw activation or a Quick Draw activation. They didn't get it. Scald. Ooh, opponent didn't know. Opponent did not know that this was going to happen. Going to pick up this Slowbro very, very quickly. and actually make, I think it puts Sylveon in Sledge Bomb range with a -1. So that's cool. Yeah, no one expects the weakness policy in Incineroar here. Opponent is really mulling over their options here. Yeah, there's the Snorlax. Okay. I'm definitely going to Knuckle into Lax and probably just Spore it. Just to make sure, because that's their Dynamax target, like 100%, right? Oh, they're not even going to Dynamax it. Okay. Do you have like Resto Chesto or something? Nope. Okay. Sylveon's getting the max turns to sleep here. We're gonna get a Knuckle off into the Snorlax. Oh, almost picked it up. Okay, that's sweet. So I know that we are yeah, that's a Citrus Berry, so that was probably like a Belly Drum. And then we're just gonna Sludge Bomb into Sylveon. Sylveon wakes up this turn for sure. This is a guaranteed wake up. It has been max sleep. They're gonna probably, yep. We're just gonna Sludge Bomb into this Sylveon. The -1 was enough to pick it up. I should have done that earlier instead of sporing the Snorlax probably. Snorlax got the turn 1 wake up. Gonna go for the Rock Slide. That's not gonna be enough. Knuckle picks it up, and we get another win here. Sweet. Just steamrolling over people with this weakness policy Ensign. GG's. That game went real quick, and that lead was very powerful. That lead felt very powerful, especially just like against Trick Room. I want to see what the item was. It's Black Sludge, okay. Charcoal, Muscle Band, Citrus, Expert Belt, and Room Service. Yeah. Nice. That's a unique team. I like seeing those unique teams like that, especially as something like a Scavalier and Snorlax. That's some of my favorite Pokemon. Let's get into our last battle of the day here. Last match of the day, and we have Mr. Vish on the other side here with a Braviary as well. Things to think about. Obviously, I'm leading Tapu Lele Drifblim here. Like, they have 2 Tailwind setters and a justified beat-up thing. Specifically, their beat-up targets are Lucario and Arcanine, and Whimsicott is their user. So there is a line here where they just, like, bring Lucario, because Lucario answers a lot on this team. I think I want to bring Rotom. And I think I want to bring Incineroar. I really think Lele Drifblim is like the lead here. Incineroar is probably fine here as a last Pokemon. Actually, Garchomp hits both. It answers both really well. Especially if I get Tailwind up, since it outspeeds both of them. Let's go with that. I'm very much expecting either Tailwind to match my Tailwind or a Justified Beat Up to try and pick up a KO, which either way is kind of tough for us. Yeah, they're just going to go for the beat up. I'm going to set up Tailwind and probably Moonblast into this Lucario. Actually, Psychic Surge means I probably should Psychic into Lucario instead. Like, this means I should Psychic into Lucario. And I could Will-O-Wisp. I know I'm faster than everything. I think I just want to set Tailwind, and I just want to pick up as many KOs as possible. Yeah, they're going to max Lucario. They're going to do their beat-up thing. I'm willing to get Tailwind off because I am much faster than Whimsicott. And if they don't do the beat-up thing, then I get free damage in on Lucario here while it tries to pick up my Lele. They didn't go for the beat-up, so they went for Tailwind. They went for beat-up, not instead of Tailwind. So I have the speed control now. Bye! Well, I wonder if they're going to quit on that one or not. Good job, Whimsicott. I'm proud of you. Yes, they quit. They promptly ended the game. Okay. I don't think my opponent expected that. Was it just... So it was Aguav Berry. It's a Light Clay, Aguav Berry. That's Life Orb. So Lucario was going to go down either way, whether they clicked beat up that turn or not. Noted. So this team is sweet. As I've shown, it is really good. There's a lot of gotcha moments. Make sure to pick up this rental code now on your screen, and it's also in the description. This team is great so far. I haven't really had too many complaints. One of my big things I was talking about with the creator earlier was I really wish I had Strength Sap on Drifblim to just substitute Strength Sap over and over and over and just stall out the game that way. But Will-O-Wisp makes sense when things like Thundurus and Metagross and Dragapult are popular, so I can see why we're doing it this way. Amoonguss showed up real big today. Incineroar did his thing again too, and we finally got to do the Drifblim Lele thing that I've always been like wanting to do with this team. But yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. Helps us out a ton with the algorithm. Make sure to comment down below. Let's see here. We could talk about your favorite Unburden user. My personal one is Drifblim. I know there's Unburdened Sceptile and Hawlucha and some stuff like that. So I'd like to hear what your favorite Unburdened user would be. And since we're done with that, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening throughout the world. And we will see you all later on for the last episode of Laddering. Bye, guys.